Welcome back, my beautiful people. We are just receiving news that the Venezuelan authorities are proposing, they have proposed in ending the oil and gas agreement that they have with Trinidad and Tobago. Things are heating up between Trinidad and Tobago, so we are seeing that Venezuela is already retaliating by ending the gas agreement that they have with Trinidad and Tobago. What implication this will have on the Caribbean, because this is the predicament that Kamala Persad-Bissessar have put the entire Caribbean into. It will have a domino effect in the short term or in the long term. All right, because Venezuela, much of the Caribbean depend on Venezuela when it comes to oil and gas, especially our everyday use of gas, cooking gas, and for vehicles and all of the sort. So we are hearing and we are learning that Venezuela is now proposing, they are looking to end that agreement they have with Trinidad and Tobago when it comes to gas. They say it is to protect their national interest. Yes, because of the position, the stance that the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago has taken in siding with the American government, all right, and supporting them in the endeavors against the country or the nation of Venezuela. So let's read this article and then we will come back. Venezuela proposes ending gas agreement with TT. Venezuelan Vice President Delcy Rodriguez announced today that the government has proposed to President Nicolas Maduro the immediate denunciation of the Energy Cooperation Framework Agreement with Trinidad and Tobago. The position of the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago is surprising, she said, adding that her government had decided to believe the little birds that were sold to her from the United States regarding energy resources. She stressed that energy cooperation, not unilateral action or external influence, remains the only acceptable path between the two nations. Speaking at a news conference, Rodriguez stated that the directive was issued jointly by the Venezuelan Ministry of Energy and State Oil Company PDVSA. She explained that Article 13, Number 3 of the agreement grants either party the authority to formally renounce the deal. She described the agreement as very broad and said the denunciation would be a responsible measure to protect Venezuela's natural interests. And of course, Venezuela's natural interest and natural resources is under threat, and they have every right to protect their assets. They have every right, if they feel that the natural interest is vulnerable, they have every right to take measures in protecting the natural interest. They are basically telling the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, we can no longer do business with you if you are doing business, or if you are siding with the enemy, the one that wants to come in and take our resources. So they are moving in immediate effect to end this oil and gas agreement that they have with Trinidad and Tobago. Now, I hope that Grenada, my own country, is watching closely, because if we are not careful, we can find ourselves in the same predicament just like Trinidad and Tobago. And much of our energy sector heavily depends on Venezuela. Venezuela have been a very good business partner, very good business partner when it comes to our energy sector. Our gas, cooking gas, have remained the same, despite of all what is going on around the world. We have maintained in paying a stable price for cooking gas. All the gas that we use in our vehicles, it goes up, it goes down, not by much, because Venezuela have always been a good partner when it comes to that. So if we are not careful here in Grenada, this is also the same thing that we can face, and it can have a devastating effect on our economy. Now, as I said, I believe this will have long-term implications on the entire Caribbean, whose energy sector depends on Venezuela. Maybe, just maybe, we have to go back to the old-time days, and we have to go back to the coal pot. We have to you know, have firewood, go gather firewood just in case, you know. So those of us who have moved away from the traditional way of cooking, I think you should start considering, just in case, you should start considering getting acquainted with these things again. All right, because things are getting very unstable, and that is exactly what the government of America, Trump administration, that is exactly what they want. They want the Caribbean region to be unstable, all right, so that they can use this as an excuse to come in, all in the name of peace and stability and democracy, to do what they want to do. So guys, let me know what are your thoughts in the comment section below. Until then, see you next time in the upcoming videos.